Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Here we are again. Now we should be okay. Opening it's in just a few minutes, so let's take a look at it very fast. Yesterday's close was bullish. Of course, stronger. Nasdaq is stronger. On ES, we still didn't catch the high. We still didn't take the high. While we did on Nasdaq yesterday. If we take a look at the 15-minute chart, we can see that more clearly. Um, Tuesday high taken, Thursday high taken. Um, okay, I'm talking about this here. During the AM session of Nasdaq yesterday, we made a new high while we didn't on ES. So basically, buy side liquidity target for today is this here. We are close to it. Um, so what do I expect on at the open is a retracement to position myself long in order to take this high, target this high on ES. This is the main idea for today. Second idea, as it's Friday and we basically trended higher on the week, we can also think about a retracement on the week before the close of the weekly candle. That means that we should, of course, run the high and then see what happens in order to consider a short. For the moment, of course, we don't have news today, no news. So let's see. Price just opened. Mm, The first zone I am considering for entering longs is around here. So the new day opening gap and this 15 minutes fair value gap. Let's go to the lower time frame now. Just retracing. The main idea is this one, as we said. It's a 2R, right? I want to see where is the 4 hour. Okay. Let's focus mainly on ES now. Another thing that that I wanted to point out is that we just run Asia high before AM open. So during the night there was a downward price action. Here I didn't enter yet. I'm waiting for sort of confirmation. I want to take a look at Nasdaq at the same time, but I'm not that interested in Nasdaq. As I said, thing is, I want yes to run here. So, but keep in mind what Nasdaq is doing. I don't want price to go back below this zone here. This is the if I do that, this is the dot five. So I don't want price um, to start to close below New York open, midnight open. I don't want it to start to close below that. We can touch it, yeah, of course. We just popped into a 1 hour favorite gap over here, and as you can see, this inverted favorite gap and this subsequent 1 hour favorite gap offered a long entry. 'm just keeping this here for reference. Doesn't mean that I'm using this to enter. Yeah? 6 minutes after the open. Let's see if on the 1 minute we have something interesting. That's a little fair value gap over here. I want price to start it over there. Thing is that we are late in the week and we already got the expansion we were looking for. So I'm not that confident in taking longs here, but we can try because we have this buy side liquidity that is to be taken out. If it's not this week, will it will probably be next one. For the moment, let's see how it behaves. This is the famous first presented fair value gap. I also wanted to note where is the open of this 4-hour candle. This is the open of the 4-hour candle. 4-hour CRT. It's not. This is not CRT. It's just a 4-hour open. Let's mark this out. And this is the low. But if we go on the 5 minutes, it will be like this. So this is the 4-hour candle open after 6 a.m. open. The other candle, it's the candle before is 2 a.m. So basically, the previous 4-hour candle did this until here. Do you see the manipulation? And this was the high of the previous candle too. So not only the midnight open, but also the open of this candle, of the last of the 2 a.m. 4-hour candle. So here we're starting to have a bit of expansion over here, close above first presented fair value gap and above the 15 minutes. We have space. Looking for a second close here on the 1 minute. Ideally, I want this 15 minutes candle to close above this fair value gap here. Let's see. Okay. I will enter long here. And I don't need this to go over there. So it's okay. Let's keep it like that for now. We will manage the trade later. Okay. I am in. And now we wait. Now we just wait. See what happens. This gap here, it's important. We want to expand over this gap here. Let's take a look at Nasdaq. As always, it's stronger. You also want to have an alert over here. I was thinking that I will need to keep track of the trades. So I would probably I don't know, start a paper on TradingView, and I will use this one for tracking the record of the trades. So this I don't like this. If we get stopped out, it's okay. We get stopped out and we will move on. But this is not what we want to see. This is exactly what we don't want to see here. We need to you need to learn to avoid touching stop loss in the positions once you set it. If we get stopped out here, if you get stopped out here, that's part of the game, and there is no problem. There will be another trade. There is no excuse. It's physiological in trading. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, and that's it. I will probably get um, that get stopped here because mm, it doesn't look bullish. It doesn't look like it wants to go up. I will not move. Just making considerations about that. I will not touch it. Anything. We closed slightly below the midpoint of the 15 minutes favor gap. For the moment we are holding, but there is no displacement over for the moment over this level. Break even again. Hmm. New high, local high, touching Asia high. I will mark it out. See, that's it doesn't show conviction. Let's say that I move my stop a bit uh, higher over here now. I don't want it to go there, so moving the stop in my favor. This, of course, I can. I cannot do that. No, I can do that. I can approach my entry level. Spike up, some showing some acceleration with the initial setup. A 2R is here, above here. Okay, so we could start thinking taking some profit, of course, above here. That is the pre open high, or but of course this is the position we are in now, or as I was saying, when Nasdaq hits this level. If Nasdaq hits this level and or we hit 2R, that was more or less here, I will start considering. I will consider at least reducing again my stop loss that I will do already now. I will put it here. Yeah, of course, now it gives me a lost position, but I don't know, I don't care. Set that. You want to be sure to put an alert over here. You don't even want to take a P and miss this high. So as price reaches here, I take partials, or here I take partials. I move my stop to break even, and I leave something for the run over here. Okay. Now my stop is here. I didn't want to touch the okay, as you can see, Nasdaq hit this level, so we are near here. I move the stop at break even. This let's keep the original position. I move stop loss here, and I take some partials. Now I'm risk free. Usually when you take partials, the first partial should be around 60% of the position, of the whole position, okay? So for example, if you open 3 contracts, you take 2 out, you close 2 contracts. In this case, you sell 2 contracts here, here, and you leave one running. Let's put this away because it bothers me more than else. So here we hit again the 9:30 open here, as you can see, and this is good because we hit it and we reject it. We don't want price to go back above the wall, this wall fair value gap. Nasdaq trying to push again, make a new high of the day. But at this point we are in profit, and it's already a win. And with the stop here, we can just chill, put some music, drink some juice. We are already virtually done for the day. So thing I will be doing next time, starting from next time, will be to open a paper trading account. I will do this next time, and in this way I can keep track of my account. I will probably do that. Let's see. I don't know. It's not important. It's not a matter of money. I will I will tell you, try to detach from money the most as possible. Most important thing is to stick to your rules, to your trading plans, and you really don't need to look at P&L and money. It's a consequence of proper trading, and yeah, this is paradoxical, but it's how it works. As you can see, I don't know if now we got um, stopped the last contract at break even, probably. But as you can see, we can make money also on a break even trade. How did I do that? Looking at Nasdaq. So there is a high level correlation between the markets, and this was precise. And it, look at this, 816, almost 2 points, just 2 points, and it retraced the wall move up. As I told you, take some partials over here. Let's see what kind of reaction is this. Mm, putting my stop over here, this level. Very slow today, very slow. We are trapped in the same range since the open. Basically 9:30. This is the open. This is the open. We went down here and we are in this range since half an hour. Very slow range. Look at this. It's quite tight range. Quadruple I. It's gonna take this now. If you see that Nasdaq makes another high and ES still doesn't, you can also think about closing the remaining contract. Mm, 15 hour, 50 minutes candle was okay. 15 minutes close. It's having really hard time going above, collecting this one. Really hard time. Sometimes I also use time based. Decisions. So that this was the high, second high. Mm. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Like everything in trading, just put it some. That's some cleaning. We don't want a chart full of stuff. Uh, Raising the stop below here. Let's keep it clean. Okay, guys, I will go take a look and come back, and we'll see if something happened. I will be there. I'm alone, but still in the future for future reference. I'm back to myself alone. So we got stopped here. Perfect. Uh, Almost perfect. We got stopped. We closed here 2/3 of the position. So at the end of the day, it's a win. The week was already progressing good. So I wouldn't touch it, at least unless something happens here. But for the moment, it's enough. Uh, with what we've done, it's Friday. You don't want to close the week with a loss. You don't want to close the week with giving up profits. So we were able to make some profits, and it's enough. It's okay with that. I think that I will keep streaming a bit more just to try to have my first viewer. I don't know if it will happen today or when. I don't know what I have to do in order to achieve that, but Let's try. I'm trying. This is an experiment. Live streaming, it's an experiment. Trading is not. Trading is a business. It's a business on which I do not give financial advice. No, it's just entertaining and educational. Let's flash a disclaimer very fast. So, if, whenever, wherever, if somebody wants to write in the chat in English, in French, Italian, or Spanish, you're welcome. I will answer to you. Any question, if you have some requests in the future, just let me know. Let's review this trade we took. Let's clean it up. So, before the open, we knew that the market was bullish. Okay, why? Because yesterday's close were bullish. We closed above previous high for yes and for Nasdaq. After this large pin bar, bullish pin bar. Okay, you don't want to be bullish just because of this pin bar here, but you don't want to be bearish at the highs. Why I'm saying that you don't want to be bullish just because of this bar? Because usually those candles are more useful when happen at lows, okay, not at the highs. Anyway, yesterday, this candle, yesterday 18th September, the close was bullish. So we're going to the market with a slight bullish bias because we are at the all-time highs anyway, and we already expanded the weekly candle. Okay, this is the main reason because of my bias for today is slightly bullish. It's not. I don't expect a huge expansion here. I cannot expect a huge expansion because we already expanded this week. But as we go through the day, overnight session, we see that the 2 a.m. candles, and now we can switch to, yes, for more clarity, this candle, it kind of, we can call it liquidity collection. It takes all the liquidity that is here, and it takes the low of this candle, of the previous 4-hour candle, of this one, and of this one, and of this one. Hitting what? Hitting amazingly perfect the half of this wick. Okay? What does it mean? That if there is a rejection here, after we hit the half and also Monday high, if there is a rejection, bullish rejection, we can consider entering the 9:30 session with a bullish bias. There was a rejection, as I told you before. All this price action here was from from here, London, to 6 a.m. It's the previous 4-hour candle, was a bullish liquidity collection. So from here, what do? We go up and we want to approach this high. If you replay the rec, you can hear that I told that I wanted to see before AM open, right before AM open, I wanted to see a kind of manipulation down to then long this with this target in mind. So we go on the low time frame, 9:30 open, manipulation. It touches the New York through day open, midnight open. And as I told you yesterday, I use those as reference points. So liquidity collection, sort of liquidity collection. Here, I want to see a rejection. The rejection is the close above the first presented fair value gap. I enter here, stop goes here, and I target this high first and this high first. Now, why this is a win and it's not a loss? Because I also told that if Nasdaq would have hit previous day high here, I would have taken partials. Or if ES would have run this high. In both cases, I would have taken partials. And when I take partials, I take 60% of the positions out. Okay. This happens at 9:53, 9:53. As you can see here, partial taken here. And then I move my stop. When I take partials, I move my stop because I don't want to risk any money. And I let the runners run eventually. This didn't happen, and I am happy about how it went. And I got stopped, I think, below this. Okay, you know, the rejection, if it has to go, it has to go here now. So I moved my stop over here with this target, and at this point we would have seen how it behaved. And here, that's the recap. I hope you one day somebody will watch this and probably give me a feedback, or well, I traded by myself and I'm happy about it because I respected my rules, my entries, and my exits and my stop losses. That's all for today, I guess. See you soon.